It's lesson day. This is Independent Movie 101 for people who are in hell, like myself, independent filmmakers. I love you, I'm so sorry. Or fans, because fans, you should know this. You should know why we're dying, okay? So you have a movie, you're like, oh great, it's great. You have to have money to make the movie. You get investors. The investors are people who believe in you, who are like, I believe in this story. I'm going to give you my money. You create a budget. Let's just say it's $1 million, okay? Just to keep it even. There's $1 million, and you have to make your movie, pay the crew, the actors, catering, the whole thing with that $1 million, right? And you have to have SAG actors, because you do, and I would recommend not, and never using a union again. What? It's just my personal opinion. So when you use SAG, Screen Actors Guild, they take 40% of your budget for actors and hold it in an escrow to be given to you at their own discretion sometime during post-production. So what happens is you need the money to pay people and make your movie. What are you going to do if somebody's holding 40% of it in an escrow account, but you're not allowed to use it to pay people? That's when middlemen come in. That's when middlemen, that's third-party loans, three-point capital, things like that. And then there's agents. Middlemen come in and they say, hey, I'll give you a bridge loan. I'll give you a bridge loan to pay for your movie that the union is holding the money that you need to make it. So we're going to give you a bridge loan for a percentage, right? Okay. And then with any of incentives that you're getting, like I shot my boxing movie in New Orleans and we got an incentive from the state of Louisiana. And the middlemen, well, they'll give you a loan against that incentive. And there's all these little crooked twists and turns with the middlemen and the agents. And they're all, so what'll happen is the incentive from the state will be late for some kind of stupid reason. They like took a vacation or something. Or they're like, oh, we're late on this paperwork. Your fine print of these middlemen will be like, oh, you're late on the paperwork. Not your fault. So now you're in default. So now we're selling your movie for 50 grand on the street. Bye. So you're like, wait, what? That's not, it wasn't my fault. And they're like, read the fine print. True. Read the fine print of the nasty middleman. This is the way it works. Okay. This is one obstacle. So they're like, oh, but we'll let you out of your contract and not take your movie and just sell it on the street for 50 grand if you give us 100 grand. Yeah, so that happens. So then you got to go back to your sweet little investors who believe in you. And then they help fund that again. So then there's more money added into the budget that you were not expecting, including legal bills. Okay. And then all the while, SAG is keeping your money. Okay. And then during post-production, after you beg, plead, and beg SAG to release the money, you'll have the money in the post-production to finish any bills. But you've already had to take a bridge loan to get the movie finished. So you're in post-production, you have some extra bills that you weren't expecting. Thank you, SAG. And then they make you hire people during post-production that you do not need. One in particular, I had a music editor I did not need. I was forced to pay $10,000 to, because otherwise they won't release the money. What's happening? Investors are like, wow, we believe in you. We keep going. Go to film festivals and then get your movie sold. Well, when you go to film festivals, you will learn that around 2004, all the agents who are part of the middlemen, right, got onto the boards of all the film festivals. So good luck to you. And so now, unless you're in the party of Hollywood, you're not playing. Good luck. And so I can tell you all about that also. And then so you get distribution. We got distribution, turns out, from a fraud. Yeah, from one of these middlemen who was actually a fraud, who was distribution. So your movie's out. Your movie's out for a minute, and then you have to work with the FBI to catch that guy and put him in prison. That happened. And then you get real good distributors who are in London. They're great. The only distributors, 101 Films, the only one that pays. I went to London to get a deal for Walmart in the United States with my movies. Okay? They were honest. It's weird. Who knows how honest, but all I know is it made money. It went into an account that you create, if you're following the rules. It's called a CAMA, Collection Account Management Agreement. It's so long. It's like 69 pages. It takes forever. One movie is 7 years paperwork. The other movie is 5 years paperwork, okay? And the money goes into this from the fan. So you go on Amazon or whatever, you watch it. Did you know that we get, I don't get nothing. The filmmakers get 10 cents per hour you watch. So please watch my movies on repeat. You're a fan. You buy the movie, right? The money goes into this CAMA account. I can show you pictures of mine. There's like 20 grand in the golf and like 14 in the boxing movie, which makes no sense to me because the boxing movie is a far superior movie. Anywho, guess what happens? So there's money in this CAMA. That's when SAG comes back. SAG comes back and says, oh, wait, whoa, how much money did you make? We're going to keep 40% of it. Yeah. So like there's like 21 grand in there, and they kept, actually maybe more, they kept 11 grand, $11,000. Yeah. And then supposedly to pay the actors, but they keep it in an escrow account, and they told the actors that what was made was $1,700. And so between, I don't know, 17, 18 actors, they split $1,700 as your residuals, while SAG keeps the big chunk of it. Do you know any of this? No. Actors get their residuals, which is the whole point where they're locking down the money train. They want you to pay more money to the actors who are already paid. And I get it. I'm an actor. I like my residuals. So my residuals out of that $1,700, it was 11. It's actually 20 grand, not 11, not 17. They split 17, right? And give it to the actors. I'm going to get a check for $13.12 after 5 years of paperwork as an actor. Okay. But as a producer and a crew who still needs to be paid, that's also paid from your CAMA. That's partly they pay the bills that haven't been paid yet. There's 5 people who never paid, myself included. You're not, it's going to take a while because SAG takes it again. And they don't even use it to pay the actors. I'm just saying, it's crazy. I mean, it's just when you think you're crazy, this is why we do drugs and alcohol. And then you, as a fan, come and say, hey, I want to see your movie for free. Where can I see it for free? And this is why filmmakers cry when you say that, because we've never been paid. Okay. And so, but we sure love it for free. So a way around this, just if you are a filmmaker and you're like, I'm crying right now. I'm like, I know, just call me. But actually pay me to talk to you because I can show you everything. And the best way to avoid this baloney caca is to never give SAG the escrow in the first place. Never give them the 40%. Pay all of your actors up front with their agents. There's a way. You're welcome. So then you avoid that, and then you will avoid the middlemen, because you're going to have to spend the money anyways. You have to pay, which makes no sense. If they keep the money, then pay the actors with that money that you kept, right? No. So a way around that is pay everybody up front through their agents. You're welcome. How to survive this point? I don't even know. It's excruciatingly painful, and I have been on the floor many times and crying. And I love it when other people have so much judgments about like your process and what's taking so long. So I'm like, oh, it's middlemen who are nasty and dirty, and the distributor who was a fraud, who we filmmakers who were robbed by him worked with the FBI to get him in. He went to prison. He served his time. He's out doing the same things, and still the correct way. The girl who's like, I want an A. I want to get an A in class. I want to do it right. I want to do it correctly. I want to get all my investors paid back. Do you want to know what a Hollywood agent said to me? Not once, not twice, 5 times. Different agents said, you want to pay your investors? Well, that'll never happen. And now I understand why. God dang liars and pieces of shit. And honestly, the fans who love independent movies, please don't say that. Please don't say like, can I see it for free? In fact, go to the filmmaker and send them some PayPal just for lunch or a sandwich. I mean, honestly, because we're dying. And this is why. I'm just here to help. You're welcome.